Karmika. Om. योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मवाचं मां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं यं गुरुं हि स्वयं सत्यः प्रज्ञा भक्तिविनीतयः विहितिश्चापि व्रता नित्यं तं गुरुं प्रणमाम्यहं सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। यश्रेयोभिलषत्यमाप्तुमनघः मोक्षात्मकं धीमताः तेनार्थेषु गृहेषु बन्धुषु भ्रात्रङ्गनासु क्वचित् उद्यानेषु रथेषु भूमिषु तनौ स्वर्गोपभोगेष्वपि प्रीत्याशे अमिधाय शान्तमनसा शुश्रूषणीयो गुरुः। स्त्रीपुत्रार्थगृहादिसंसृतिमयः प्रेयः फलैकाश्रयाः विद्याः मार्गविलक्षणो लसति स श्रेयोदविद्यापथः। भ्रान्ताः पण्डितमानिनो गतिभृतो विद्यापथेन्धाश्रयाः कूपेन्धा इव संसृतो परिपतन्त्यन्ये पुरं ब्रह्मणः। लोकोऽयं पशुपुत्रगेहधरणी धान्यादिरूपोऽस्ति तद्भिन्नः कोऽपि परो न चास्ति ततः तल्लाभवाञ्छावृथा। नष्टं देहमयं प्रति स्वपितरं वित्तादिनाश्यं न तत् प्राज्ञेनेत्यहि मन्यते यमवशं यात्यप्यविद्यावशः। विद्यामार्गमुपैति कोऽपि पुरुषः प्रक्षीणपापो रमारामानुग्रहतो यतोऽयममृतः श्रोतुं प्रवक्तुं नृणाम् ज्ञातुं द्रष्टुमपि प्रदुर्लभतरः प्रोक्तोऽप्यसम्यग्विदा न ज्ञेयो बहुचिन्तयाप्यनुतरः तर्क्यो यदात्मा परः। वेदान्तप्रतिपादितात्मविषया नैवापनेया मतिः तर्केणान्यसमीरणेन च बुधा विष्णुप्रसादादिना प्राप्तीनामपि हन्तमृत्युरविहा चित्वाग्निमापदम् याम्याहं स्वर्गमतो न कामविषयः भूयाद्विपश्चित् क्वचित्। So we were looking at the commentary of this verse, which is number 18. But there was a mail from one of the students, and somebody else also asked in the last class, that there was not much of clarity in understanding the Bhagavata verse. So there was some doubt. See, if you look at the commentary of verse 17, second para end, so we saw this verse, Uktancha Shabda Brahmani Nishnataha Nanishnaayat Pare Yadi. So there has to be a danda there. Okay, that is a typo. Shramastasya Shramapalaha Hyadhe Numiva Rakshataha. Shabda Brahmani Nishnataha Nanishnaayat Pare Yadi. This occurs in Bhagavata Uddhava Krishna Samvada. So this I told you. Shabda Brahmani Nishnataha Nanishnaayat Pare Yadi Shramastasya Shramapalaha Hyadhenumiva Rakshataha. So this is the verse. So there is a simile here. Adhenum Rakshataha Iva Tasya Shramaha Shramapalaha. This is how we have to understand. Right? Adhenum Rakshataha Iva Tasya Shramaha Shramapalaha. Kasya Shramaha Kutra Shramaha. This we have to understand. So Kasya Shramaha, whose efforts? Kutra Shramaha, in which entity? So here, in the simile we need to understand. So simile is basically invoked to convey something, right? After all, simile is invoked to convey something effectively. Shabda Brahmani Nishnataha Nanishnaayat Pare Yadi. So Shabda Brahmani Nishnataha, the one who has excelled in the Shabda Brahma, but he has not completely understood the import of the Shabda Brahma. Pare Brahmani Nanishniyat Yadi. Now, here the problem that was posed in the mail was, how do we understand this simile? Adhenum Rakshataha Iva. So, Dhenoho Rakshanam, in fact, we say in our tradition, so wherever, so this Brahmanas and cows, so wherever they are protected, so that will have Kshema. Okay? Go Brahmanebhya Shubhamastu Nityam Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. This is what we pray. So Go Brahmanebhya Shubhamastu Nityam. Okay? Nityam Shubhamastu, this is what we are giving much of importance. Adhenum Rakshataha, if you interpret as, in fact, the word Dhenu, so I did a little more investigation with that word. This Dhenu basically comes from Dhet Pani. Dhet Pani. This is the verbal root. Dhet Pani. So Panam is basically drinking, right? So Dhet Pani. So Dhenuhu, how do you understand? So it is basically referring to cow. And in a specific period, this word is to be employed as we use, see for instance, the Sharira, if you look at Shiryate iti Sharira. Okay. So Shiryate means it is something which is in the decline. So when the child is growing at 3 years old, so can you call it Shariram or not? So we don't make much distinction, we generally employ. The word Dhenu also, this is specifically used. When is it used? See, Dhenusya Navasutika. This is what it is stated. Dhenuhu Syat Navasutika. Navasutika means, so when it has given birth to a calf. Nava means freshly. Navasutika Dhenuhu Syat. This is what they say. Navasutika so can be described for a few days, few weeks, right? But beyond that, after a few months, I mean, you can't call it Navasutika. Dhenusyat Navasutika. How do we understand Dhenu itself? So here people say, see, Dhiyate Vatsaihi means the one which is drunk by. Vatsaihi Dhiyate. Right? So the calf, as it comes out, it will immediately start taking milk. Okay? Or you can even say Dhayati Ledhi Vatsan. This is another interpretation. So nowadays people compare the words of different languages also. This Ledhi, Ledhi, Lidha, Lihanti. Okay? There is a verb, liha. So you may also, all of you may be knowing lehyam. Okay? So liha aswadani, that is the verbal root. Okay? So lehyam is the word we use. Okay? So ledhi, from that it comes. Ledhi, lidhaha, lihanti. Now ledhi actually means licks. So here IIT, fortunately, so we will have opportunities to see cows giving birth to calf. Okay, this is one IIT where a lot of cows are there. Okay, so we can see the moment the calf comes out, see, the mother cow will start licking her. Ledhi means basically licking. Lehyam means you have to lick. See, you cannot eat lehyam without licking. See, if it is a cake, you can put into mouth. But if it is a lehyam, nothing will go. It will be sticking to hand. So this lehyam, so licking leha, so they say that there is some similarity. So people in Sanskrit will say that the lick has come from lich. So the other fellows will say that has come from this. And both have come from some other thing. So anyway, so this is what some analysis keeps going on. So this ledhi. So now, so dhayati ledhi vatsan, this is one interpretation. So any which way you take the derivation of the word cow, dhenu, so it basically refers to Navasutika. Okay. So immediately it will keep licking. Now, adhenum rakshataha iva is what is given in the verse. And adhenum, one should not just take very close to the birth. Okay. Generally we use dhenu to refer to cow at all stages. The point here is, so immediately one has to have exceeding care. Okay. Even in the case of cow, so people will be around for a variety of reasons which I will not get into that. Now, this is one aspect. The other aspect is when he says, the word is shramaha shramapalaha. Okay? The efforts that you put into, okay, will turn out to be shramaphala. Okay? Shramapalaha means it only results in the effort being wasted. Means there is no purushartha. Purushartha is prayojana. Okay? So any engagement that you do only by thinking of some prayojana. Suppose you are all attending the class. Then the prayojana can be a variety of things. For somebody it may be so jnana sampadana. For somebody it may be simply Vedanta Shravanam. For somebody it may be, so instead of engaging in some useless activity, let us engage in this, whether we gain knowledge or not. See, somebody may be interested in Vedanta, somebody may be interested in Vyakarana, somebody may be interested in something. But always there is a prayojana. Right? So there is a prayojana, and this prayojana will not be there, is what he is trying to say. Shrama phalaha means, suppose you do a lot of effort and some prayojana is not obtained. That is what we say, right? Mera prayas vyartha ho gaya. Vyartha means there is no prayojana. That is what we have to understand. Now this prayojana you have to understand. See, the prayojana can be of two types. One is aihika prayojana, the other is amushmika prayojana. We can call it as drishta prayojana, adrishta prayojana. So drishta prayojana is, suppose you are a student of Vedanta and you want to understand this Upanishad, and this also occurs elsewhere. So if you immediately study, so you are doing research in Vedanta. Okay. So then there is a drishta prayojana. So you can analyze and you can take a part of this to the thesis, and this will be useful and you will get a degree. Right? So there is a drishta prayojana immediately. So suppose somebody is listening to this at the age of 75. Okay. There may not be any drishta prayojana, somebody may be at the age of 85. Okay. So these are all some adrishta prayojana. Okay. So drishta prayojana cannot be thought of. There also can be some drishta prayojana, and that drishta prayojana will be, so this engagement actually helps me in keeping my mind in a better tranquil state. Okay. So instead of keeping myself in some agitated state, even if you read something, see, certain things you read will only be disturbing. So listening to these things, this can also be some drishta prayojana. So there are a variety of things. Okay. So drishta prayojana. See, somebody, let me tell you, in fact, someone was pursuing his studies, okay, after retirement so vigorously. He did the first MA, then he did second MA, then he registered for PhD, he did one PhD, then once again one more MA, then once again one more PhD. Then I was asking him, why are you doing all this? So then he said, see, as long as I am out of home, okay, see, so I am in a better state. So therefore I want to engage. He was just sitting with the students in the university. You understand? So there is a prayojana. So this is a drishta prayojana. It is not that at the age of 70, when he sits in the class, he will retain anything or he may be. So I know that person. Anyway, so I was just trying to encourage whenever I can help, I used to help. But this was the prayojana that he said. So you see, there is a drishta prayojana, there is a adrishta prayojana. See, when we do some good things to other people, okay, so there is a drishta prayojana, there is a adrishta prayojana. You have to understand both. Drishta prayojana is immediately you feel happy, you feel rewarded. Okay. Adrishta prayojana is you say some punya papa. Okay. So these are all adrishta prayojana. Now when you say shrama phalaha means, so there is no prayojana, is what one will immediately get. So that is why this question was raised. So adhenum rakshataha means, so a cow. So we were seeing the next verse, so wherein it was mentioned duktha dohaha and so on, right? So if the cow is no more milking, okay, so adhenum rakshataha, when you say, even if you take that condition of the cow, okay, so the question was, anyway you take care of a prani, there is a prayojana, I get phala, right? I get a phala. So I feel a sense of satisfaction. But then what one has to understand is the main prayojana. The main prayojana is getting milk. So dhenuhu means the pradhana prayojana. It is like the 75-year-old person, okay, attending the class. So when you attend a class, so there is a jnana vinimaya should happen, right? Jnana vinimaya, that is the pradhana prayojana. That pradhana prayojana is not there. So similarly, when you study Vedas, So what he is trying to say is, so all the study should ultimately lead you to a certain state in which you will be able to find yourself as Sukhi Samvrittaha. So that is where, so Sa Vidya Ya Vimuktaye. So this is what we have to keep. Vidya is Vimukti Sadhana. But if this Vidya is not leading you to that Vimukti, then it is stated to be Nishphala. So I am a wonderful scholar in various Shastras, etc., etc. But if you are not a happy person by yourself, then Vidya Nishprayojana. It should lead you to a certain freedom inside. So that is the Parama Prayojana of Shastra. Even Bhakti, if you just take in the 2nd to 12th Adhyaya, so Bhaktiman me priyo naraha. Kidrisho naraha? Tulya nindastu tirmoni santushto yena kenachit aniketa sthiramatihi. If that bhakti does not lead you to that, Tulya nindastu tirmoni santushto yena kenachit. That is how you have to be. So the Shastra should ultimately lead you to this state. If it does not take you, then this is Nishprayojana. So we have to understand this. Now when it comes to this Veda Vidya, so here Shabda Brahmani Nishnataha. So Shabda Brahmani Nishnataha. He has excelled. So he can do the Veda Patha without taking the book Ghana Patha. He can do for 2 Vedas. Okay. So he can do even Shastras. Wonderful. Vakya Artha Vichara he can do. But if this person is always shouting at the others, so he is a Atripta Purusha. See, I know some scholars like that. See, so they may be exceedingly good in certain things, but then so we don't find the Prayojana of the Vidya, which is to make him. So a person who has gone beyond all this. So if that is not there, then it is Nishprayojana. So here, see, Aihika Purushartha. See, Aihika Purushartha by which he can be happy himself and he can make others happy around him. See, this should be there. Otherwise, this Vidya is Nishphala. So Vimukti is he can experience a freedom within himself, so he can make others feel free in his presence. See, they should feel comfortable. So that is what he is trying to say. So even this person who has studied this Veda, it may be giving some prayojana. Scholars may be rewarded by somebody. There will be some prayojana. That kind of prayojana can be there. The other prayojana also transmission of knowledge. So for that, I mean, he is useful. That prayojana can also be there. So those are all intangible benefits. See, the tangible and the immediate benefit which is to be there. So similarly in the case of Dhenu, see, so this is some immediate benefit. So that is what one has to understand. There can be other kinds of benefits. Okay. That is what is meant by Shramastasya Shramapalaha. It does not mean that, so there is, so if you do Shrama, then only you can even master. Okay. As a person who has really mastered and who has sort of transmitted. So other thing that we have to understand in this context is, when is this verse being stated? This verse is being stated in the context of, see, explaining the original mantra. Nanarena varena proktaha yesha suvijñeyo bahudha chintyamanaha ananya prokte gatiratra nasti aniyan hyatarkyamanu pramanat. This is the mantra which he was trying to explain. And this sentence may be worth reading once more. See, just the previous sentence, if you look at, see, Ye tu adhuna Vedanti Bruvaha. So they proclaim themselves to be Vedantis. Ye tu adhuna Vedanti Bruvaha Pustaka Bhara Harinaha Upalabhyante. There is a phrase in Tamil. Apne Kopri Chutan. Kopri Chutan means, he is just, see, he is able to, it just pours from his mouth. Okay. So Vedanti Bruvaha. So he is describing them as Pustaka Bhara Harinaha Upalabhyante. Te asamyak darshina ye vedi tadupadeshavashat atma ajnatum shakyate. See, this is something which you have to be understanding very clearly. Only if this person is really immersed in something, so he will be able to transmit it. So without ambiguity, with clarity, and you will really feel. Otherwise, you will not feel that. So we can make a distinction. So we feel comfortable in the presence of some people. So we feel much better when we try to listen to certain things from certain people. So that is why he is just trying to say, see, Tadupade Shavashat. If you are not a happy person by yourself, if you are really a happy person by yourself, then that happiness gets radiated. So that peace gets radiated, transmitted. So Tadupade Shavashat Atma Najnatum Shakyate. So that is the Parama Prayojana of Vedanta. So Upadeshtu Atmajnatva Bhavat. Having said that, he is quoting this verse from Bhagavata. Shabda Brahmani Nishnataha Nishnayat Pare Yadi Shramastasya Shramapalaha Adhenumiva Rakshataha. Shramastasya. In fact, this mantra, so Acharya has given, so let me just take this opportunity to explain that second half of the verse. Nanarena avarena proktaha yesha suvijñeyaha. Yeshaha means this Atman. See, the locus of I. You understand? The locus of I. Yesha suvijñeyaha nanarena avarena proktaha. Avarena narena proktaha. Avarena narena proktaha. See, varena narena, avarena narena. Varaha means Shrestha. So Shrestha means he is an Atmavit by himself. Okay. So avarena narena proktaha yeshaha suvijñeyo na bhavati. That is what he was trying to say. Vedanti Bruvaha. Vedanti Bruvaha. Okay. Avarena narena. But in the later half of the mantra it says Ananya Prokte Gatiratra Nasti. The word Ananya Prokte can be derived in two ways. Adiga Katham. Ananya Prokte. See, Ananyaha. So there you can derive it in two ways. Ananya Prokte. So one can say Ananyena Prokte. Ananyaha means na anyaha ananyaha. Okay. Na anyaha means this person himself is an Atmavit. Okay. Brahmavid Brahmaiva Bhavati. Okay. So if you take that, Ananyena Prokte. In fact, Bhagavad Pada says in his commentary, Ananya Prokte Ananyena. How do you understand it? See, Aprithak Darshina Acharyena. Understand? Aprithak Darshina Acharyena. So, Acharya does not make distinction. So, if he is, in fact, this is something which we may see in great acharyas. Okay. So So even Brahmacharya they may say. So he does not give darshana just because that person has some position, he has some power in the society, etc. etc. So whether he is a Pamara or he is a Palaka, okay, so he will not make a distinction. Okay. So that is the person we are trying to say Aprithak Darshina. Okay. Aprithak Darshina Acharyena Pratipadyamana Brahmatma Bhutena Prokte Ananya Prokte Gatiratra Nasti. Gatiratra Nasti means this Gatihi Gatyarthakanam Jnanarthakatvam. So Gatiratra Nasti means that Prajnana Bhavati, we have not said. You understand? Tava Shastre Gatirasti va, they can also ask. So Gatihi means, see, are you quite conversant with it? Then also you use the word Gati. Okay? But here you have to understand in a different way. Ananya Prokte Gatiratra Nasti. So therefore Bhagavad Pada here nicely interprets Asti Nasti Tyadilakshana Chinta Gatihi. Understand? So if that person tries to explain to you, is it ever possible to comprehend this kind of Atman or not? Asti Nasti Dehadariktaha Atma Asti Nasti. There are a variety of confusions that you can have. So all those things are not there. See, Ananya Prokte Gatiratra Nasti Astini Astinasti Tyadilakshana Gatihi Chinta Gatihi Sartha Nasti. This is one kind of interpretation. The other kind of interpretation is, he says, Athava Ananyasmin Prokte. Ananyasmin Prokte means Atmani Prokte. Okay, this is another interpretation. Atmani Prokte. Ananyaha. Here you have to understand this. Any entity that you can think of which is an object of your perception is Anyaha. You take your hand, you take your sharira, you take your mind, it is an object of perception. Okay? And therefore Anyaha. So Ananyaha can be only Atma. So Ananyasmin Prokte means Atmani Prokte. See? So if Atman is the object of the explanation of this seer, see? Ananyasmin Prokte Ananya Prokte Gatihi Atra. See, Anya Gatihi Nasti. So this is the second interpretation of this mantra. So it is in this context, so he basically tried to pull out this from the Bhagavata. Okay? So that is the context in which he is trying to cite this verse. Shabda Brahmani Nishnataha na Nishnayat Pare Yadi Shramastasya Shramabhalaha Hyadhe Numiva Rakshataha. Okay, now we come back to this verse now. So that was the clarification. That was, see, in fact, somebody else also asked, some 2-3 people asked that there was not much clarity in understanding the verse. So we just took it up once again. So we were basically looking at the commentary of verse 18. So in verse 18, so as I was mentioning, so it is basically a summary of 3 verses. Okay. So first para, so we just read, maybe I will very quickly read once again. See, the commentary. See, Vedanta Pradipadita Atma Vishaya Vedantaihi Pradipaditaha Yaha Atma Tadvishaya Matihi Buddha Vidusha Tarkena Svotprekshaya. So in the last class I was also mentioning the word Utpreksha. Utpreksha is fanciful thinking. So it is a fanciful thinking which has nothing to do with reality. Okay? So then you generally call it as utpreksha. Okay? Utprekshaya anya samiranena tarkikadehe vachasacha naiva apaneya naiva hatavya. You should not get yourself lost. Okay? So you should not get yourself lost. Naisha tarkena matirapaneya Vedanta vicharadeva atma jneyaha nanyathetyarthaha. So this has to be understood, because this Vedanta is something which has been transmitted to us by seers. So they have experienced this, and therefore this is something which will be extremely useful for us to take that path. So therefore it is said Vedanta vicharadeva atma jneyaha nanyatha. Now this question, see, nanu. So there should not be a, hey, take that pen. There should not be a danda here. Why after nanu there is danda? Okay, nanu वेदान्तैः आत्मा प्रतिपाद्यतां नाम कथं तद्बुद्ध्योदयः अतः कथं तद्बुद्ध्योदयः इत्याह. See, this question is Vedantaihi. So you are saying, if you want to understand Vedanta, you study these texts, etc., etc. So maybe it is correct. So it is only this text which I have to follow, right? So this is the text which has been used by various people, time-tested thing, and therefore this will be through Acharya I will learn this. Katham tadbuddhyudayaha. So how does it happen? There are people who have been listening to Vedanta for a long time. Okay? So Shraddha, Bhakti is all there. But the Sadbuddhi is not coming to them. Katham Tadbuddhi means Sadbuddhi. Sadbuddhi means Sadvishayini Buddhi. Okay? This does not arise in them. Katham Tadbuddhyudayaha. There he says, Vishnu Prasadat Ishvaranugrahat. Okay? So plus something else is also required. Okay. Ishvaranugrahat Ita labdha matihi ityasya visheshanamidam. Ita. Vishnu Prasadat ita matihi. See, along with that there has to be some grace. This is something which you have to understand, and you will be very easily able to appreciate. See, in this, some of these premier institutes, we will have at least some good teachers, if not all. So some excellent teachers may be there, some reasonably good teachers will be there. But all the students sitting in the class, they may not get benefited. Right? Kaschit pratipadyate, kaschit na pratipadyate, kaschit vipratipadyate. Right? So you may be listening from a Nobel laureate. So, but you may not be prepared. So that preparation is what is referred to by the grace of Ishvara. A certain mature mindset to receive this. Ishvara prasadat ita labdha matihi. See, it receives the knowledge, it has to process it in the right way. So for that to happen, so some prasada is required. Visheshanamidam. Now he says, Yasya Ishvaranugraha asti. Yasya asti Vedanta vicharat. For him, aham brahmasmiti matirudeeti. Aham brahmasmiti matihi udeti. So even in Sangeeta, I have seen some people go, excellent performance is going on. Okay. Somebody will be completely identifying himself with the process and he will be elated. 2 hours gone is not known for him. For some people, 2 hours gone is also not known. See, you understand? So he is not able to, and he is disturbing the other. Or something like that. For some other fellow, I mean, somewhere else the mind will be there. So he cannot enjoy the performance. This also happens. Right? Same thing. The Gana Vrishti is happening. But you have to be a patra for that. So that is what he is trying to say. Vedanta vicharat aham brahmasmiti matirudeti. He is able to do that. Okay. If not for a few hours, if not for even few minutes, even for few seconds, this is useful. So you elevate, you practice, and then it becomes a natural way of living for you. That is what it is. Aham brahmasmiti matirudeti. Sacha punaha. Sacha, that matihi he is referring to. Punah punaha vedanta shravana maranadinaiva dridhi kartavya. This is a very important statement. Again and again you have to keep thinking. Punah punaha means again and again. And what is the process? Shravana mananadinaiva. You have to do Shravana, you have to do Manana, you have to do Nididhyasana. Shravana mananadinaiva dridhi kartavya. Dridhi kartavya means it has to be firmly established. Dridhi kartavya. Natu tarkashastradivihi vihantavyetyartha. By getting into other shastras. Vihantavya means spoiled. Understand? Okay? Destroyed, spoiled. Tarka shastradibihi na vihantavya. Evam vidyam praptavan purushaha. Vidyam praptavan purushaha means, those of you so who may not be familiar with this phrase, Yaha Purushaha Vidyam Praptavan. This is how you have to understand. The one who has obtained this jnana by this means. Okay? So Vedanta Shastraihi is Sadguru Shravanat, then Mananat, then Nididhyasanat, Yaha Purushaha Praptavan. Even for that Purusha, he says, Kim Mama Atmajnasya Swargadikamanaya Agnihotradi Karanena va Kshatiriti Namanuyad Ityaha Prapyeti. So, Kim Atmajnasya Swargadikamanaya. So, this person assumes that he has reached a certain level, okay, through these practices. So then at some point he realizes, yes, I am able to place my mind in a certain state in which I do not remain disturbed. For a short while, Atmajnaha, he was assumed that he has reached a state, okay, much higher level than normal person. Then he may think, so now that I have understood Atman, Mama Atmajnasya, that is the statement. Mama, for that person, Atmajnasya Swargadi Kamanaya. So I am an Atmajna. So what is wrong? So I can aspire for Swarga. Even by going there, I will not be disturbed, etc. etc. Okay. Swargadi Kamanaya Agnihotradi Karmakaranena va Akshatihi. So here, those who know a little bit of Sanskrit, they may have a problem. Hariga, do you have a problem? Kim mama atmajnasya swargadi kamanaya agnihotradi karmakaranena va kshatiriti. Yaha. So Yaha Purushaha. Okay. Where is the problem? Namanuyat ityataha ityaha prapyeti. See, the problem is even before. Because here you have the word kshati. Understand? Mama kim kshatihi Brahma? Ka kshatihi. Then how do you explain this? You understand? If the sentence starts with Kim mama atmajnanasya swargadikamanaya agnihotradi karmakaranena va kshatihi. Understand? Suppose he thinks like this, so then he says he should not think. See, evan namunuyadityataha aha. Even a person who has elevated himself to higher planes, he should not think like this. Okay, evam namanuyat. Yaha praptavan purushaha saha namanuyat ityataha aha. Now the question is, it starts with kim and ends with kshati. Okay, so there seems to be a linga vyatyaya. Okay, so how is it possible? Okay, so there are usages in like this. So this is acceptable. Let me give you, there are a few things. In Ramayana itself, there is a verse. Okay. So these usages, this is possible only when you use the napumsaka at the beginning of the sentence. Okay. If you do it later, it is not acceptable. Because when you start, you can start with samanya napumsaka vachana, and then you can go ahead. This has been acceptable style. I will give you one verse from Ramayana. This is a very interesting verse. Repeat. Shakyamam varamaruhya. Shakyamam varamaruhya. Shakyamam varamaruhya. Meghasopana panktibihi. Meghasopana panktibihi. Meghasopana panktibihi. Kutajarjunamalabihi. 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 Alankartum divakaraha. Alankartum divakaraha. Alankartum divakaraha. Once again. Shakyamam varamaruhya. Shakyamam varamaruhya. Shakyamam varamaruhya. Meghasopana panktibihi. Meghasopana panktibihi. Meghasopana panktibihi. Kutajarjunamalabihi. 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 Alankartum divakaraha. Alankartum divakaraha. Alankartum divakaraha. Divakaraha. Shakyam. So it starts with Shakyam. Alankartum Shakyam is the usage. Okay. So in the grammar that we are generally used to, Shakyaha is the prayoga that we expect. Okay. Since it is occurring at the beginning, so the poet started, so there is a license that is given. So Mahabhashya, there are a few usages, that is what I heard. Okay. So in Patanjali Mahabhashya also we find. Okay, now this verse also is a beautiful verse. You see the poetic charm in this verse. So Valmiki describes, this occurs in somewhere in Kishkindha Kanda. So Rama, etc., they are all moving in higher planes of the mountain. So if you go to higher planes in the mountain, you will see clouds, more or less at your level, sometimes even below you. Okay, you understand? So, and the clouds are in layers, correct? So, he is saying the different layers of clouds can be considered as the steps, okay? So, upon which you can climb. See, Megha Sopana Panktibhihi. Okay, so you step on the cloud and then move to another, and then move to another, and then move to another. See, Ambaramaruhya. You can climb in the space using clouds as the steps. Shakyamam Baramaruhya Megha Sopana Panktibhihi. Then what do you do? So he says, Kutaja Arjuna Malabhihi. Kutaja Arjuna, they refer to a variety of flowers. Kutajo Girimallika. What is it? Kutaja is Girimallika. Jasmine in the mountains is called Kutaja. Arjuna is another kind of flower. So you can create a garland made out of these flowers and then go and garland it to the sun himself. Understand? Kutaja Arjuna Malabhihi Alankartum Divakaraha. This is a poetic way of expressing. So here the point I wanted to convey was, you start with Sakyam, a Napumsaka, and then end with. So here in this sentence, you start with Napumsaka, Kim, and end with Kshati. Okay, that is okay. So Kim Mama Atmajnasya Swargadikamanaya Agnihotradi Karma Karanena Va Kshatihi Iti na Manuyat Ityaha Prapyeti. So the point is saying is, so you may get this Atmajnana, but then you may be tempted by certain other things, and because of that you may land into trouble. So Yama basically points fingers to himself, and then he says, you have approached me for Atmajnana. Yes, at one point of time I did have Atmajnana, and even now I may. But what happened was, in between I was tempted, okay, so to enjoy certain things in certain lokas, and therefore I engaged in something, some karma, which has led me and has made me an Adhikarika Purusha. These are called as Adhikarika Purusha, who are occupying certain seats. Okay, so by virtue of doing something, so this is the way the Shastra presents. So he says, Mrityurapi sarvajñopi sarvajñopi, I am Mrityu, I am Sarvajña, Yamaha. So what did I do? Yenam vidyam prapya api. In spite of gaining this Atmajnana at some point of time, Agnim Chitva. Agnim Chitva means, so I wanted to gain, see, so something by doing the upasana of this Agni. Okay, I did this Agni Chayana, Agnim Chitva, Agni Chayanam Kritva. What happened? Yam yam swargyam padam apat api prapteva natu muktaha. So now I have taken this position. I am not actually a real mukta. Okay, so I am not a real mukta. See, sometimes even this Mathadhipatis, so they express this. Yeah, I have taken sannyasa, but then the responsibility of Matha is upon me. Some people just go beyond that and they don't really care for, whereas certain other things, see, really bother them. So therefore sometimes they also, that is how this Mathadhipatis, I mean they may be jnanis, but then so sometimes they may express to some people in close quarters. Okay. So similarly Yama is sharing, see, with Nachiketa. So then he says, Ha hanta iti kheda dishaye. So in the verse, see, in the verse we have prapinam api hanta mrityurapi ha. We find the word ha hanta. So he's just putting them together. See, alas, what a calamity. See, that is how it is, something like this. Ha hanta iti kheda dishaye ataha. Ataha here means Asmad Dhetoho, for this reason, For this reason, Yama is advising Vipaschit Vidwan Kvachidapi means at no point of time. Okay. So Kvachidapi Kasyanchidavasthayamapi. This is one meaning. Okay. At no point of time he should actually leave this path and go elsewhere. For no reason he should. See, the other aspect is kasmimshchidapi. He should not be tempted by anything, tempted at any point of time. There are two things. Okay. So the entity and the time, both are grabbed by this. Kvachidapi kasyanchidavasthayamapi kasmimshchidapi. Okay. Vastuni kama vishayaha. Kama vishayaha here should be understood as kamavan. In the previous class, I was mentioning to you. Normally, the word vishayaha is used to refer to the object. Okay. So here, kama vishayaha means kamashrayaha, kamasya karma. See, usually you take it as karma, right? Even if you take it as karma, how can it refer to the individual? So if you just take it as mama kamanayaha vishayaha, then obviously it will go. Okay. But there even one can say in a different way, if you slightly take it differently. So vishiyate iti vishayaha. Okay. Badhyate itasmin arthe. Vishiyate iti vishayaha. Now you can say that this person has, this person. Okay. So then also you can say kamasya vishayaha means, see, for kama he has become the object. Understand? So kamasya you can conceive as a kama purusha. So he has made you a toy. Understand? Then also you can bring this karma to this fellow. So kama vishayaha means kamakhyasya purushasya ayam vishayaha sanjataha. He is just playing around. Okay. So that is the sense in which he is employing here. See? So you have become a target of kama. See? Kamasya vishayaha. Purushasya kamanayaha vishayaha you should not take. Then there will be a problem. Okay. So then you can understand this word as kamavan na bhuyat, which means you should not come under the spell of kama. See? You should not come under the spell of kama. Kama vishayaha na bhuyat. Then he further says, kama karma kurute karma phalaya. This kama karma is an interesting usage here. See, kama karma kurute karma phalaya. See, so kama karma kurute means, see, kamena preritasan karma kurute. That is how you have to understand. Okay, so it should be taken as a madhyama padalopi. See, kama karma kurute. See, kamena kriyamanam karma means kamyam karma. Okay, so kama karma kurute. So then you gather some karma phala. Kama karma kurute karma phalaya jayate mriyate cheti samsarasya kama malakatva kama mulakatvat iti bhavaha. See, jayate mriyate cheti samsarasya kama mulakatvat. So kama is the mula for samsara. Samsara here means sukha dukkha bhoga. Okay, so the experiences that you undergo, see? So of various pains and pleasures, so that is what is called as samsara, and the mula for this is kama. Okay, in fact there is an interesting verse, just a reminder of it. One fellow says, looking at kama, this fellow said, hey kama. So he is addressing kama. Okay. Kama janami te moolam.
Kama janami te moolam. कामजानामि ते मूलम्
संकल्पात् किल जायसे
संकल्पात् किल जायसे संकल्पात् किल जायसे
नाहं संकल्पयिष्यामि
नाहं संकल्पयिष्यामि नाहं संकल्पयिष्यामि
कथं त्वं हि भविष्यसि
कथं त्वं भविष्यसि कथं त्वं भविष्यसि
See, after all, only if I make some sankalpa, see, can you come and disturb me, right? That this is going to be good for me. Then only that fellow can bother me. I will not do the sankalpa. How? Let me see how you bother me. Okay. So that is how. It's a very interesting verse. Okay, so we will stop here. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sah Virjam Karavavahi Tejasvinavadhitanastu Ma Vidvishavahi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. सर्वेपि सुखिनः सन्तु सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ॐ